They say in childhood our capacity to learn is at its highest. Look both ways before crossing the street. Language and knowledge in general come to us easier, supposedly. This gives us an excuse to say as adults, it would have been nice to learn French or Mandarin or any other world language. I wish I had studied the piano or the guitar or skating. But now, this is me. Take it or leave it. I only have to know about my own country, my own language, my own religion, my own music. As long as I choose which political party or brand I vote for, I don't have to follow the day-to-day minutiae. I can say, these are my politics, this is my hockey team, and that is my beer label, to which I am arbitrarily loyal. Sure, learning to play a specific series of chords on a guitar or a progression of notes on a piano opens up neural pathways and allows your brain to make connections it might previously have not. And they say speaking a second language fluently can stave off the onset of dementia later in life.
Is this a language so broad?
It is.
It is. I know the language
yeah.
from what I've seen.
Yeah. Too broad.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll see you again. All the best.
But then we would be in a state of becoming and not firmly committed to our identity. That would be the sacrifice, allowing in the contamination of change and risk, the sample of a virus that helps us build up immunity. The comfort zone of the plastic bubble should not burst until your niche or rut is downsized, or we move and have to decide whether our kids can be friends with the neighbor's kids openly or behind our backs. We never stop learning, whether we seek it or not. We can turn a blind eye or a deaf ear to corruption at the office, who is bribed, who hogs overtime hours, who looks the other way. We can let someone else be the informed pundit, the Rick Mercer, the Bill Maher, and assume that if something is known, it must be well on the way to being remedied. We might have to learn who is being appeased by a politician's compromise. We might have to learn to follow the money. We might have to press charges and demand investigations into murders that are simply not on the agenda of the Prime Minister. We might have to look at the math and call for a coalition. Even if we learn from history, we are condemned to repeat it as long as we are letting someone else make the decisions and we are backseat drivers. We must get a learner's permit and practice defensive driving. When we are kids, we are told, look both ways before crossing the street. When we are set in our ways, we say, the light is green, it is my right to cross on green, right, as if context and us looking both ways may be an affront to our autonomy. An old lady waiting at a street corner says cars almost killed her and bicycles run into her while she is crossing on green. Someone asked if she looked both ways before crossing the street, and she lashed out, basically crying, blame the victim, right of way, rights. But the law we all face is Murphy's Law. Willfully ignoring that makes us culpable. Make sure vehicles have stopped before crossing. Right of way is not the whole story. We can choose to never stop learning, or the universe may teach us on a compulsory basis. Some do look out for your best interest, but many people adapt and adjust strategies to maintain power, study loopholes in ethics and blind spots in etiquette, so important questions are not asked. Lawyers look over every phrase of legislation, so if the wording is vague, it is deliberately so. Be aware. Never stop learning.